I proposed to my girlfriend at KFC, and it made her cry. Everyone thought I was insane. My buddy Jake laughed so hard he nearly choked on his beer. My sister called me cheap, but they didn't get it. They didn't know Mira like I did. Mira had sensory issues. Loud restaurants made her want to crawl out of her skin. Bright lights gave her migraines. Surprise parties were her personal nightmare. When we first started dating, I made the mistake of taking her to this fancy Italian place with live music. She lasted 10 minutes before her hands started shaking. She felt terrible about it, but I felt worse for not asking first. After that, I learned to pay attention. I noticed how she always wore the same soft hoodie, how she needed things predictable, how she'd get quiet and distant when the world got too loud. Every Wednesday after her therapy appointments, we'd go to the same KFC, same booth in the back corner, extra napkins because the grease bothered her fingers. She'd get popcorn chicken, and I'd get a chicken sandwich. She said it felt like a reward for surviving another hard week. It became our thing, our safe place. So when I decided to propose, I knew exactly where it had to happen. Not some beach at sunset, not a fancy restaurant, not in front of strangers holding their phones up. I called the KFC manager, this older guy named Phil, who always remembered our order. I explained the situation and asked if I could decorate our booth on a Wednesday evening. Phil got quiet for a second, then said, "That's the sweetest thing I've heard all year. Come in early. I'll help." I showed up 2 hours before Mira's therapy ended. I brought a Polaroid camera and printed out every photo we'd ever taken together. Me and her at the park, her laughing at my terrible jokes, us in matching Halloween costumes. I taped them all over the booth wall. Then I made these ridiculous coupons on my printer at home. Good for 1-foot massage, free pass on doing dishes, redeem for picking the movie forever. Stupid stuff that would make her laugh. I put them all in a yellow envelope. Phil dimmed the lights just a bit. Not romantic movie dim, just enough so it felt calmer. When Mira walked in, she didn't notice at first. She was tired from therapy, scrolling her phone. Then she looked up and froze. "What is this?" she whispered. "Just sit down," I said, smiling. She slid into the booth slowly, staring at all the photos. Her fingers traced over one of us making dumb faces. She wasn't crying yet, but her eyes were getting glassy. I handed her the envelope. "Open it." She pulled out the coupons one by one, laughing softly at each one. Then she got to the last one. It was different, heavier. She unfolded it. It just said, "Will you marry me?" And taped inside was a small gold ring. Nothing fancy, just simple and real. Mira stared at it for what felt like forever. She didn't look up, didn't say anything, just sat there holding the paper with both hands, shaking. Then she whispered, "I don't deserve this." My chest hurt hearing that. I reached across the table and took her hand. "Yes, you do," I said. "You deserve all of it." She finally looked at me. Tears were streaming down her face, but she was smiling. She nodded. Then she started ugly crying, the kind where you can't even talk. Phil came over with a box of tissues and didn't say a word, just set them down and walked away grinning. Mira slipped the ring on herself because her hands were shaking too much for me to do it. She stared at it on her finger like she couldn't believe it was real. "You did this at KFC," she said through her tears, half laughing. "Yeah," I said, "because this is where you're happy." She squeezed my hand so hard it hurt. "I love you so much."